It is 3:03 a.m. The entire world is fast asleep, drifting in dreams. But you are wide awake, staring into the dark. You squeeze your eyes shut, begging for just 5 minutes of silence. But your brain refuses. It has decided. Tonight is opening night at the cinema of your regret. From the darkness, a voice whispers, "Hey, remember that incredibly embarrassing thing you did 10 years ago? The one you tried to forget? Let's watch it again. And this time, let's play it in 4K resolution, with surround sound, frame by painful frame." You cringe physically. Your stomach turns inside out. You recoil, burying your face in the pillow to hide from a ghost that nobody else can see. You try to hit the mute button inside your mind, but your brain fights back. It turns the volume up, louder, sharper, screaming in your ears. Ask yourself this: why does a minor social awkwardness from a decade ago feel like a fresh physical stab wound right now? It feels like a massive glitch in your operating system, a cruel software error designed to torture you for no reason. But I am here to tell you, it is not a glitch. It is actually a feature, a survival mechanism. Think of it as an ancient, dusty, outdated piece of software that is struggling to run on your modern hardware. To truly understand the cringe, we cannot stay in the present. We must travel back in time, 50,000 years. Welcome to the prehistoric world. Welcome to the cringe paradox. In this ancient world, you were never an individual. You were a small, fragile part of a tribe. Your survival did not depend on your strength. It depended entirely on what other people thought of you. Reputation was the only currency that mattered. If they liked you, you lived. If they judged you, it was life or death. And this is why you cannot sleep tonight. You are caught in an evolutionary trap. Meet your great-great-great-grandfather. Let's call him Grog. Look closely into his fearful eyes. You need to understand that for Grog, social rejection wasn't just a slightly awkward moment. It was literally and physically a death sentence. If the tribe decided to turn their backs on you and kick you out, you didn't just lose your friends, you died. To be alone was to be extinct. You were left to starve alone in the bitter cold. You froze to death in the long winter night. Or you were ripped apart by the hungry predators waiting silently in the dark. So, over hundreds of thousands of years of survival, evolution built a highly specific, sensitive warning system deep inside the primitive part of your skull, the amygdala. This alarm system is biologically designed to process the pain of social rejection in the exact same neural location where it processes the agony of a broken bone. Imagine this. When you see a saber-toothed tiger jumping at you in the prehistoric jungle, your brain screams one singular instruction: run! We are in mortal danger. But here's the tragic design flaw. When you say something slightly stupid in a business meeting thousands of years later, your brain screams the exact same terrifying instruction. Your primitive ancient brain simply cannot distinguish the difference between a predator about to eat you alive and a minor public embarrassment. To your brain, they are the same. So late at night, when you are finally safe and warm in your comfortable bed, your brain forces you to watch the tape. It replays the memory, over and over and over again. It desperately wants to analyze the mistake from every angle. It wants to study every single micro detail so that you will never, ever make that error again. It is genuinely trying to teach you a lesson to keep you alive in the wild. But unfortunately, it is a terrible teacher, using terrible, outdated methods that don't apply anymore. Because your brain hallucinates a terrifying rabid wolf standing in the corner of your room, when in reality, the situation is actually just a harmless, tiny puppy. The stakes are no longer life or death survival, but your body reacts chemically as if you were about to be executed. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, toxic cortisol floods your veins, adrenaline spikes through your chest like a lightning bolt. Sleep becomes not just difficult, but chemically impossible for your body. You are locked in a solitary prison of your own biology, fighting a desperate battle for survival that does not even exist in the real world. But the amygdala is not the only villain in this late-night conspiracy. There is another, more sophisticated mechanism hard at work here. Allow me to introduce you to a hidden part of your mind called the default mode network. This is essentially your brain's permanent screensaver that turns on the moment you stop working. It activates instantly, without your permission, whenever you lose focus. It wakes up when you take a long, hot shower, when you drive home on autopilot, or when you lay in bed trying to sleep. Its primary job is complex and exhausting. It weaves the story of who you are. It constantly connects your faded past memories to your anxious projections of the future. But here is the catch. Your brain views the world through a built-in, distorted filter known to scientists as the negativity bias. Psychologists have a famous saying about this mechanism. They say the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences. They stick to you instantly and are impossible to rip off. But paradoxically, your brain is like Teflon for positive experiences. The good memories, the compliments, the joy, they just slide right off and disappear into the void. This is why you easily forget the 1,000 times you were charming, funny, intelligent, and loved by everyone around you. But you clearly, vividly remember the one single time you tripped on the stairs in front of a stranger back in 2015. Evolution prioritized storing bad memories because they kept you alive in the wild. Fear is a useful survival tool. Happiness is merely a luxury. Remembering the fact that fire burns your skin is much more important for your physical survival than remembering that the sunset looks pretty tonight. But in the modern world, this ancient bias completely destroys your peace of mind. It hijacks your happiness exactly when you need it the most. You begin to zoom in on your tiny flaws until they are the only thing you can see. The hairline crack becomes a massive canyon. Your internal monologue becomes a broken record, scratching and playing the same sad, embarrassing song over and over again, all night long. It feels hopeless. It feels like you are permanently broken inside. But I promise you, you are not broken. Because there is a simple, powerful truth that can break this cycle instantly. A truth about how other people actually see you. Are you ready to hear the truth? Listen very, very closely. It is a psychological phenomenon called the spotlight effect, and fully understanding this concept will set you free forever. We walk through our entire lives with the arrogant belief that we are the main character in everyone else's movie. But we are wrong. Everyone else is too busy looking at themselves in the mirror to notice you. That embarrassing thing you did? I promise you, nobody remembers it. I guarantee it. Nobody cares. They are consumed by worrying about their own unpaid bills, their own physical insecurities, and their own awkward moments. The half-life of embarrassment is incredibly short. It evaporates in seconds, like steam in the wind. You feel like you are drowning in a giant, stormy ocean. But in reality, you are drowning in a glass of water. And to the rest of the world walking by, your massive problem was just a drop, a meaningless drop. Think hard for a moment. Can you remember a stranger's mistake from 5 years ago? Can you name just one? No, you can't. Because you simply don't care, and they don't care about you either. Realizing you are not important is not depressing. It is the ultimate form of freedom. The cage of judgment you feel trapped in has actually been locked from the inside the whole time. You have held the key in your hand the entire time. You just need to turn it and walk out. You can walk through life light as a feather, unwatched, unjudged, completely invisible. Once you accept this truth, the cringe loses its power over you. You can finally look in the mirror and laugh. So, knowing all of this, how do we finally quiet the mind and go to sleep tonight? Next time the cringe attacks you at 3 a.m., try this simple visualization technique before you spiral. Don't fight the feeling. Don't push it away. Gently open the door and invite it in, like an old friend. Speak to yourself gently. Thank you, brain. I know you were just trying to keep me safe from the wolves. But I am safe now. I am in my bed. I am warm. I am okay. You can rest now. Then, use the zoom out. Pull back and look at the timeline of the entire universe. In 100 years, no living soul will remember your name, let alone your tiny mistake. Your awkward handshake is meaningless dust floating in the infinite wind of time. Forgive yourself for being human. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out. Being awkward is just the price of admission for being alive, and it is a beautiful price to pay. Turn off the projector in your mind. The movie is over. The screen is dark. Let the storm pass. Let the water settle into glass. Be still. Be calm. You have survived 100% of your bad days so far. You will survive this too. You are okay. You are safe. You are loved. If this video helped you relax tonight, click subscribe. We are here for you. We explore the messiness of being human every week. Sleep well. Good night.